Good afternoon. This is Brother Tamani from the Black Gold Nation. I am here to discuss some things that are happening in Afghanistan right now that we Black people, the Black community, can most certainly learn from and utilize to move ourselves forward. So the title of this brief conversation is From Russia to the United States, 5 Key Takeaways about the Taliban and how to start applying them in our communities now. From Russia to the United States, 5 key takeaways about the Taliban and how to start applying them in our communities now. I was doing some research on the history of Afghanistan, how the Taliban came to be, and some of the other groups, and came across a very interesting clip that was produced, a news piece that was produced by Al Jazeera, an international news network. And I found this particular piece that I'm about to share with you. It's about a minute. I found this particular piece very, very, very interesting, which is why I am making this video right now. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to watch this brief video and then I'll come back and talk about it.
They're also well organized. The Taliban's leader is Haibatullah Akhundzada. He heads a council that oversees about a dozen commissions in charge of things like finance, health, and education. Below them are local officials in charge of everyday services. So in a way, the Taliban have set up a parallel state. They even run their own courts, which can be pretty popular among Afghans.
Justice has been a huge gap in Afghanistan, and where the state courts have failed, these Sharia courts are able to come into communities who may even be reticent to support the Taliban, but they offer justice.
All that control has also made them rich. According to Taliban members and a UN committee, they make close to $1.5 billion a year. They've always made a lot of money from growing opium poppies and the drug trade, but they found even more ways to generate income. Last year, they made millions from mining and trading minerals and even producing methamphetamine. They also have their own tax collection system and receive funding from abroad, although suspected sources like Pakistan and Iran deny it.
So that is the brief video I wanted to share with everyone. And I want to talk about briefly 5 key takeaways that we can learn from that video and what's happening in Afghanistan right now with the Taliban. From Russia to the United States, that's the first lesson: commitment. They are not trying to find centuries-old problems, solutions for those problems in a few months and expect those solutions to actually occur and create the kind of change that they need, which is what our people like to do. We want to fix centuries-old problems, hundreds of years old problems in a matter of weeks or months. And then if we don't find those solutions, we're going to go on to something else, which of course will never work. So that's the first lesson. They are very committed to their goal, whatever that goal might be. They are very committed to that goal. And that's the first takeaway. Second takeaway: community organization. They have an organization tree that has one person at the top, a middle level, a national leadership body, and then local leadership bodies. I am not advocating one person at the top of anything, but I am advocating that we have national leadership that's connected to local leadership. The national leadership lays out the plan. They give the local leadership the direction and the expertise if needed, and the local leadership carries that out. Second takeaway, number 2, they are organized as a community from the national level to the local level. Takeaway number 3, community accountability. The young lady talked about them having local courts whereby people can get their issues resolved. Black people in our communities, we most certainly need a new level of accountability, because our people are constantly being duped by Black people by melanated people who look like us, but don't have the best interests of all of us in mind. They are constantly giving our people rhetoric, pie in the sky solutions, taking money from our people taking energy, sucking the spiritual life out of our people, giving our people false hope. So if we had more organization in our communities and we had a way to hold the community accountable, then some of these persons, and you know who I'm talking about, you can pick any one, and that would be a good composite of what I'm talking about. If we had community accountability courts, whenever these kinds of charlatans present themselves, we can say, okay, well, if you and your plan and/or solution is solid, go take it to the community court, take it to the community body, take it to the community leadership. They'll talk about it, they'll assess it, they'll vet you, and if it's solid, we're gonna roll with you. If not, you out of here, which is most certainly something that we need. So that's the third takeaway: community accountability. The fourth takeaway, if you want to know more about that particular subject, community accountability, and how we need to protect ourselves, every Thursday we do a show, a live podcast called The Revolutionary Code. That is on our website, blackgoldnation.com. Click on solutions, click on Black Gold Media, and then go to the Revolutionary Code and watch the most recent episode where we're talking about the rise, the fall and destruction of liberation entertainers. That's what we call them in the Black Gold Nation, liberation entertainers, people who are simply entertaining our people with the notion of liberation, freedom, empowerment, but not really having any concrete solutions. The fourth takeaway from what we can learn from the Taliban and what's happening in Afghanistan is economic opportunities and control. I am not talking about getting involved in drugs or anything illegal at all, but we can learn from the Taliban in that they use their local opportunities. They use the opportunities presented to themselves. They use local real estate. They use taxes, which could be also seen as membership funding, much like churches do with tithing. They use that to move themselves forward. How is that something that we could learn about moving our communities forward here in America? Everyone knows, or everyone has heard, that Black people generate a lot of revenue, and we give it away to other people every single day, of every single month, of every single year. Our local economics, the convenience stores, the gas stations, the mini marts, the grocery stores, the nail salons, the hair salons, those local businesses that our people frequent every single day, of every single week, of every single month, of every single year, that is a large piece of the trillions of dollars that our people generate. If we were organized, if we were mobilized, if we had a community accountability, if we had a leadership structure, we could maneuver ourselves to control these local economics, which represent hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. Some of it is in the billions. So that is the fourth takeaway: understanding the importance of controlling your local economics and then putting those opportunities to use to benefit your group and your people. And the last takeaway, the greatest takeaway that most people are missing, is how the Taliban was able to move into Afghanistan and take over so quickly. They did not try to deal with America from the top. They did not try to deal with other groups that are in Afghanistan from the top. They went to the local tribal leaders. They went to the local power structure on the ground, struck deals with those local politicians, those local community leaders on the ground first. So when America left, or as America is leaving, everything was already solidified, everything was already taken care of. Those local leaders had control locally, and that made it very possible. As a matter of fact, that has made it possible for the Taliban to take over so quickly because they had that connection with the local leadership. The fifth takeaway is we will not be able to move forward and do what we need to do if we don't have local control of what's happening in our own communities. We have made the mistake, and some of us are still making the mistake, of trying to build a house from the roof down. That will never work. We have to build our house from the foundation up, and that foundation has to start with local control. So if you want more information about how we can bring all this stuff together under one unified umbrella and build for ourselves, take a closer look at the Black Gold Nation. We are having our second leadership election next June, the last weekend in June of next year, because we understand if we're going to have a nation within this nation, if we're going to be able to move ourselves forward and build something for ourselves and our children and every generation to follow, we absolutely must have people who know what they're doing in the movement, people who are committed to the movement, and people who are willing to train those who don't know, but who are willing to learn, so they can do what needs to be done, so we can push back against everything that's destroying us, everything that's attacking us, and do our own thing as we see fit. So if you want more information about the Black Gold Nation, about how we can bring all this stuff together and actually start doing it as the Black Gold Nation is doing it, please go to our website, blackgoldnation.com, click on solutions, click on leadership election, and then just go from there. We are looking for people who have expertise in the specific areas by which we're being attacked and destroyed. So if you are that person and you're willing to be a part of a national movement to move Black people forward, we want you to be a candidate in the election. If you have expertise, but you not want to be a leadership candidate, if you have expertise in these specific areas, which we do list on the website, but you're not trying to be the leader of a particular department or division, but you are willing to serve on a team, be a part of a cabinet, then we want you to be a part of the election. And lastly, if you don't have a particular expertise in any particular area, but you want to help us make this election a reality so we can have national leadership that's connected to a local leadership body so we can do what we need to do to build for ourselves, and you want to help us research, help us identify, help us vet, help us interview potential candidates, send us an email at theblackgoldnation@gmail.com. Reply in the thread below, as I will be posting this, of course, on Facebook, or you can always go to our website, blackgoldnation.com, click on contact and send us a message that way. Either way, what is happening in Afghanistan can be a learning lesson, can be a case study. As one of the brothers who is a leader in one of our departments always says, a case study in how we can learn, we Black people, how we can learn based on what's happening right now in real time to put ourselves in a better position to move forward. Those 5 key takeaways: commitment, community organization, community accountability, economic opportunities and control, seizing economic opportunities and controlling them, and lastly, understanding the power of local politics. Those 5 key takeaways can be game changers for our people in this country and around the world if we simply utilize them. So thank you very much for taking time to watch the video. If you want to be a candidate, if you want to serve on a cabinet as part of a national department or division, or if you want to help us find candidates, please send us an email, theblackgoldnation@gmail.com. Go to our website, blackgoldnation.com, and click contact, send us information there, or you can simply reply in the thread once I post this on Facebook. With that, thank you guys very much. God bless you. Please share this video, 5, 10, 15, 20 people that you think would be willing to not only watch it, who might want to understand it or be open to understanding it, and who want to be a part of something that really matters to move our people forward. Please share this so we can build something for ourselves. And lastly, always remember 2 things. No one can do everything, but if everyone does something, everything will get done. And absolutely, always, always, always remember that nothing is more sacred. Not me, not you, not your kids, not my kids, not your family, not my family. Nothing is more sacred than the liberation, empowerment, salvation, and freedom of Black people. Because if Black people don't make it, those other groups, those other individuals that we love and care for will not make it, because the group won't have power to protect those individuals. So with that, God bless you. Have a nice day. And thank you for watching. And please share this with someone whom you think might be open and appreciative. God bless. Have a good one. Bye-bye.